it feels like there's so many things that, oh, you should fucking know this. And it's not known and it makes you fucking wonder.
I mean, that's just one of those things like, we grew up in the 90s. No one had information unless your grandma had that party trick lined up and brought it out every week, every other weekend when you saw her. You didn't know these things existed. There was no communication spread. Every word meant something else in its own dialect. So if you like travel somewhere else or you go and see family somewhere else and you pop like your local slang, it's just completely wrong.
And then like you get into what grandmas are into now and it just makes you fucking confused and frustrated.
I don't like
The
where this is
fact that
going.
the fact that this is the shit that is going viral on
Oh,
fucking Facebook and Twitter and everything else
hmm,
because people genuinely think it's fucking real. Like the most realistic thing in this entire video is that fucking dog.
yeah. That's why they sell it, because like the focal point of the video is realistic looking, and then all the other details wash away so it looks real.
Well, it doesn't look real. You know what these videos remind me of? And it'll make no sense until you actually like think about it because it explains how people are able to figure out what videos are real and what videos are fake with AI. Is the old Pokemon cards that were the claymation Pokemon cards and they looked fucking retarded?
I like that
Like,
style.
oh, I can't fucking stand it. But like if you look at those Pokemon cards, they have no fucking detail in any of the things that are there. In like what the character is. In the background, there might be some because they made like a diorama for it and stuff like that. But all of the details on the thing that is in the foreground, not fucking there. If you look at these AI videos, all of them, there's no fucking detail on anything
Well,
except
that's
this
why I'm
dog.
saying the focal point is the only thing you pay attention to, and that's exactly how human nature works. Like now, unless you've been known to train to look outside the video for in things, we've never had to use this skill in any point in our lives. All
Yeah.
the history of the internet is not looking in the background. The background is automatic, which is why doom scrolling works so well. Which is why
Oh,
this is now
absolutely.
hijacking everyone's brain. It's like you can't say that that's the technique when it's never existed. No one ever
Well,
applied it before.
like as a whole, it's like, okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. But it's like there are things that are made by AI that's like, oh, that's relaxing. Okay, if you want to watch something that is relaxing and you're going to say, hey, I enjoy this AI video, okay, that's fine. Why the fuck do you think this is real? When it's being posted right underneath a video of a dude cutting a glass apple and spreading it on a piece of toast. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Hmm.
genuinely doesn't fucking connect to me.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way in hell that people genuinely think this is real.
The thing is, I don't know why you're bringing up grandmas into this when I think it's completely evenly split. Zoomers get crashed by this as hard as millennials, as hard as Generation X, as hard as boomers, as hard as your grandparents. Everyone falls for it. Because, like, that's why
I think
TikTok's so powerful. TikTok is not where boomers are going. TikTok is where all the crash out millennials and Zoomers are, and it's all AI slop because they've never been able to discern anything their entire lives, anyways.
oh, and there's AI slop that's fantastic, and there's AI slop that's fucking horrible. Like AI
But
slop that makes your job easy, fantastic. AI slop that looks like this and just tricks your grandma into giving
it's not
somebody a
grandma,
hundred
it's
thousand
everyone.
dollars. There's there's no way that a 15-year-old is like, dude, look at this amazing story.
They are getting slapped by that. Again, that's why it's so viral on TikTok. And going back to like this goes back to like 2 years, 3 years ago now, when I showed you those first Facebook posts where I'm just like shrimp Jesus and all these weird things happening with AI posts going viral on Facebook. We got to this before everyone else. That's why you like, comment, subscribe. I only found out about it because of people I added in high school. It wasn't, oh, my grandma and mom are falling for this fake AI stuff. No, it was the people I grew up with, my fellow millennials from high school, who are humans I've known that are getting tricked by this 24/7. They were the first ones, and it's also only going down as it gets more interesting. Like coconut ASMR is one-shotting 17-year-old girls. Not even close.
It just do I get that some things would trick people? Absolutely. Do I get that some people are like, dude, that's fucking cool? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking AI shit that looks genuinely fucking cool. We've been very, very positive about AI in a lot of different ways. It's just like there are some things that, dude, genuinely don't fucking make sense.
Mhm.
It
And
doesn't fucking
then
make sense why people co-sign it. It doesn't make sense why people are like, "Oh my god, this cute little dog."
yeah, but then another thing that makes it so powerful is Indians because they have just gotten access to the internet, so they don't know CGI and all these fake things and Photoshop and whatever. So like they think it's all real because they've never had any exposure to any part of the world. If you're going from poverty to the internet, and now this is your entire exposure.
Yeah. So I heard about this game that was canceled recently, and it really kind of genuinely made me sad they didn't fucking make it. So, have you ever played any of the Assassin's Creed games?
Never cared for that. Again, Nintendo kid didn't fall for any of the.
I haven't either. But like if there's a game where it's like the story would be like, okay, that's a cool movie, or I might watch it. I might watch a let's play or something like that. Sometimes I'll get interested in some of that shit. I think I played one of them that they released free on Xbox Live for a little bit, and I got fucking bored because it's the same shit over and over and over again. So it's one of those games that you could watch as a movie, but it's fucking boring to play. Not my thing. But Ubisoft canceled an Assassin's Creed game set in post Civil War era. It's like, okay, I don't know how well that fits in Assassin's Creed, but I like the topic. It featured a black assassin who was formerly a slave. That sounds pretty cool.
Nah, I'm just like that's stupid. That's cringe.
Players would fight the emerging KKK.
Extra cringe.
No, I like the idea.
See, that's like just like the stupidest fate. Like, see, that's what I mean. We're just like, oh, we're now going like because of they just did the Japan one with the Black Samurai. It's like, I I don't want Assassin's Creed to be that fantasy. That just made up
That's stupid.
fanficky.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're using actual people or actual things that happened logically, not Black Samurai, okay, like tell the story, whatever. Like, if games are essentially a piece of history like this, where they sat there and, okay, this thing happened, let's put a character in this situation and fuck about, and it's just alt history. I'm okay with alt history. I like alt history.
I'm
Alt
no,
history is
I'm not okay
interesting.
with. You shouldn't make fake history. That's stupid. Like you can have a story that's realistic, but nothing about that story is realistic
Why do you think they canceled it?
because of cultural something. Like it
Oh,
wouldn't like everyone knows it would flop just like their recent Assassin's Creed would flop because it was woke made up BS. This is the same exact thing, so that's why you cancel
no,
it. It's
this
going to
this seems like anti-woke almost.
it
Yeah,
isn't.
you're black fighting the KKK, but as long as they don't go and say that this dude is trans, we're kind of okay here. We're
No,
kind of living in the
no,
realm of reality.
this is the same fantasy of just like minority empowerment against a fake villain.
Well, the KKK is a
I
villain.
know, but like they're going to over the top, overplay it into somewhere it's like, oh, that's not how the KKK operated or any of that.
But leadership canceled it after concerns with the U.S. political climate and the backlash after the Black Samurai.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's
Like,
like if
okay,
you never released the Black Samurai and just it's a
oh
black
yeah, like
assassin during
uh,
Civil War, like that makes more
that's the thing.
sense.
Like after that, we can't trust Ubisoft to actually make an interesting video around that. It would just be the most fake, satirical, straw man nonsense.
Okay, but say they didn't release the Black Samurai one because that's bullshit.
the
I think we both
political
agree.
the
But
political comment or the political climate is still too bad for that. This would have had to be released in like 2009 alongside zombie Nazis and COD. Like
but
that's
as
the
a whole,
only
if it
time it works.
was, would it actually have been an interesting thing?
No, if the antagonist is only the the clan, and I think that's the only way they would take it.
What interesting way that they could have spun this? Say it was a dual and protagonist, where like half the time you are the black slave and you're trying to like fuck up the KKK, and then you flip to the white antagonist for part of the story or protagonist, and you're in the war and you're trying to like not let the South win. And like you actually dictate part of the war or
Well,
whatever.
see, then that's when like the story doesn't need the broken out slave for whatever identity insert they want. Where it's like you just described a cooler game where I'm not a Confederate, Yankee assassin fucking up the
Like,
back lines of the Confederacy. That's all. That's the only thing the game needs to be.
and then like you blend in things like the Underground Railroad and stuff like that before, and like you are a part of that and you help that.
Yeah, you
Like
can help that for sure.
there's a story that you could genuinely tell whether you are white or black in this, and it would be fucking cool. Why the fuck you canceled this game and greenlit Black Samurai doesn't fucking make any sense to
Well,
me.
I
You
mean, like
had the woke game in your hands that would have actually genuinely been cool and okay, and you said, "Nah, fuck that. We're gonna make a Black Samurai."
I mean, the thing is, like, what you described, like, it needs to be an actual soldier for the Union, and then, like, gets a slave, like, rescues a slave in the Underground Railroad, and then that becomes your sidekick. That's the only way that story is interesting.
Or like it becomes, think of it like a father son kind, like not actual father son, but like you see this kid who's like by himself,
No,
and
it's
you
too.
bring it.
No, like, this needs to be, like, 3 missions in. You break one of the Confederate like lines or something that opens up a path in the Underground Railroad, and then that's when you get your sidekick. Like it has to be a side questy kind of thing, and then you're still like, and then like you could also do something where like you have an assassination mission against like Robert E. Lee or something, and like that
Yeah,
goes into the alt history. But that would be like, oh, I know these names, it's
ex-
fun, and now we win.
exactly. And then at some point you
Oh, actually,
die.
no, 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 you fuck up with real history. You're the one that causes Stonewall to get shot by his own men because you create like a diversion, and then that's
And then at
when
some point, the white dude dies and the black dude takes the mantle to cement the legacy.
nah.
Bam, story
Yeah,
done.
I guess if you have to give them their points, if you have to
Exactly.
put it, if you have to make it about race, that's how you end it.
But it doesn't ruin the story.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like you're telling a cool story. The story could definitely hit on every single thing you wanted to hit on. You could fuck up some,
it would
entire
actually be.
compound.
It would be funny
And
if
it
it actually turned out that like every Confederate blunder was your doing. That would be great.
exactly. That's how you fucking do it. Like, why is that? Like, I could write better games than Ubisoft and all these fucking woke idiots. That's crazy.
That's because all the
I'm
institutions
just
are fake.
it makes me fucking it makes me frustrated, man. It genuinely does. Because then you see the shit that you sent me with this game Ghost of Yote or whatever the fuck this is. Of this dude fucking just frying a fish. And it's just like,
Peak 10 out of 10 because everyone's worthless, and I've been upset about it. Like everyone's just a casual fake gamer. It's like you're not allowed to gatekeep like that. Oh, I am if you think that's interesting. If you think that's interesting, then like get out of gaming because you are just the most casual. We should have never gone mainstream. I was one of the ignorant people that's like, you know what? If gaming got more mainstream and accepted, that'd just be a cool thing because then my thing gets validated. No, validation is bad. We need to stay to only the hardcore people so our games could be good and not shit. And now I don't have to hear about casuals complaining about why ranked is bad and evil and they should only just play single player stories the rest of their lives because they can't accomplish anything.
so not only did this scream to me, but another level screamed to me. The things like Farming Simulator and stuff like that are just the brain rot, meticulous things because you can't do them in real life. That's all it is. It's
I
like
mean,
the
I think
tism of the dude building a train set in his backyard and riding a fucking train. Oh, I just want to do this, and I couldn't put in enough effort when I was able to. Therefore, I just like it.
well, the weird thing is, like, life sims and casual games kind of horse you back into being competitive, because then you find out that mom is on, like, level 800 of Candy Crush, and it's just like, that's actually serious. That's hardcore right there. Or when you look at someone's Animal Crossing village, it's like, that's a game about nothing, and they built an entire city that has, like, 800 hours poured into it. That's a gamer.
Yeah.
Roasting a fish and then
Oh,
playing a cutscene like playing a story. That's all that game is. A story that is an interactive movie of a game, and calling that anything more than that means you're fake.
I would much rather play Farmville or Yoville on Facebook than play Ghost of Yote.
Yeah,
Just would.
would.
Like it doesn't scream to me like, oh, this thing is fantastic. Let's go keep playing it. It's like, oh, let me flip this fish back and forth. Dude, fucking Zelda didn't even do that. The game that's like so hyper autistic about absolutely everything. And I'm not even saying this in a negative light. I got fucking tattoos. Right now they're covered up in tape. But I got Zelda tattoos. It's not like I hate the franchise, but Zelda is so fucking autistic about absolutely everything that if they wanted to cook something like this, they would have did it for Breath of the Wild. And you can't tell me they wouldn't have when they could have had movement controls on the Wii. You know what I'm saying? They could have done this and they didn't. So why is anybody else doing it?
Well, they already tried it and were just like with like Link's bow simulator. They were just
Exactly.
like, it's just a fun tech demo, but it's not anything people want to play. The 3DS, that gimmick died in like 3 years. Nothing had 3D anymore. It was just the next Game Boy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just more powerful. So they could run 3D. Oh wait, nobody's using it. Let's just make the games better. And that fucking worked and scales. But it makes me fucking angry that this is what gaming has become is like, oh yeah, I just have a 12-acre farm on fucking farming simulator.
That's something interesting that just popped in my Twitter feed. I'm not like looking for stories or anything. I'm just
No,
like,
you're
all right,
fine.
am I missing anything? That's weird. So
Okay,
like the
let's
original post is this doesn't get enough attention, and it's U.S. pedestrian deaths. So it was
yep.
going down and then went back up, and then the response is, "Oh yeah, that's phones." And it's like, holy shit, yeah. So like people just weren't paying attention in the 80s. Don't know why. Don't know why it was. But then for some reason there was a lot of awareness into the 2010s, and then phones happened. Now everyone's getting hit by cars again. That does not get enough attention.
Is the 80s the end of when we were just walking through the road at any time whenever we wanted?
I'm guessing that's what all that people did. And muscle cars. People were just fucking blasting 70 down the street. So probably a lot better enforcement on. Yeah,
Like
there's a reason. There's definitely a reason. I was just like, wow,
how
that's a.
many how many videos have you seen of like the 20s, 30s, and 40s of like everybody just walking out into the
Well,
middle of Central,
that makes
not
sense
Central
because
Park,
it
but
never
Times Square?
existed before. Like this is a completely new phenomenon. I'm
Exactly.
pretty sure like people getting pasted in the 20s was a huge thing. And then that's why I'm like 80s. I thought we would have figured that out by now. But no, that's just because everyone was reckless. So we cracked down
Yeah.
on road laws, and then phones happen. Now everyone's getting hit by cars again. That's weird.
But I would honestly like, with my opinion, I would be surprised that 2010 would be the low point. I think it would probably be back farther towards like
No,
2005.
everyone sold their cars with the cash for clunkers back in 2008.
But like everybody was walking around with their head in their fucking flip phones like this, typing with T9 because everything took fucking forever instead of
Yeah, but
watching
flip
YouTube
phone's not
videos.
taking up enough attention, it seems, proven by the graph.
I'm just saying,
Maybe that was the 2005, 2006 bump, but we figured that out.
maybe I'm not necessarily sure. I just thought it was weird. Like it's a weird kind of timeline there. I would think that the start of the iPhone would be the start of the incline, not at the bottom.
Well, that's because no one had them. And not, there was like shitty apps. You could pour fake beer, and that was it. And then they became useful. And then it's like, oh, now everyone just glued their phones outside and getting fucked up.
Well, guys, we will see you next week.
Ooh, wait. One reply: FaceTime was invented and first launched in 2010. Solved.
Yep.
See you guys next week.
FaceTime. See you guys next time. Bye.